Da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum.
What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out Batman Fluxx from Looney Labs. This is for 2 to 6 players. Age is 8 plus. It'll take you about 5 to 30 minutes to play. And in Batman Fluxx, you're going to be playing the crazy, ever-changing rules game of Fluxx, but with a Batman theme. Which means you're going to be playing with Commissioner Gordon and Batman and Robin and Batarangs and Batmobiles and Poison Ivy and all sorts of stuff that you know and love from Batman, and they use the artwork from the animated show, I do believe, for this kind of Batman. There also is a unique rules twist, as they like to try and include in every single version of Fluxx. What is that twist? Is this worth getting? I don't know. Let's open it up. Check it out. Alrighty then, we're going to be taking a look at what you're going to get inside of Batman Fluxx. So first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule sheet. It is one big page, double-sided, full color. Very well done, and in fact, the back is just frequently asked questions. They have done this rule booklet enough that they should have it printed down pat, and they do. It's a very well done rule booklet. Have you up and running in no time at all. So in Fluxx, what are you trying to do? Well, in Fluxx, essentially, you're going to be playing. You're going to be drawing one card a turn, and then you're going to be playing one card a turn with the end goal of trying to complete a goal. If you can be the first person to complete a goal, then you will win the game. So, for instance, in order to complete this goal, you would need to have Alfred and Wayne Manor in front of you. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means you're going to need to have these keepers right here in front of you. And on your turn, you'll have a chance to play them. So, for instance, this one is Bruce Wayne. So Bruce Wayne would be a keeper that you would have in front of you, and if he was needed as part of a goal, well, then he would help you win the game. But it gets a lot more difficult than that because everything is in, you guessed it, Fluxx, which means goals are going to be changing, rules are going to be changing, how many cards you draw on your turn is going to be changing, how many cards you play on your turn is going to be changing. There's lots of different stuff that is consistently going to be changing. So let's go over some of the cards you might see in here. So these are rules. So this one's going to change your hand limit. So this one means you're only going to be able to have 3 hands in your turn. There's lots of action cards that will do stuff. So this is trash something. Take your choice of any keeper or creeper from in front of any player and put it on the discard pile. So essentially you can kind of attack somebody and take that away from them. Keeper, the Batcave. Other players cannot play surprises during your turn. So this is nice because they will give you special ability. A lot of the keepers will. Now some of them will not give you. So let's see if we can see some of the other keepers that will give you special ability. So for instance, Alfred, he was needed in the original goal. We did it, but he gives you no special ability, which kind of stinks. The Batmobile, on the other hand, you may discard this to take an extra turn after the current turn, which might be enough to potentially give you the win. Now, you might also notice creepers. Creepers are what you don't want to see when you're playing this game. If you draw a creeper, you immediately place it in front of you, which is bad, and you are going to redraw a card. Now, in past versions of Fluxx, if there's a creeper out in front of you, you cannot win the game until you get rid of the creeper. However, in this version of Fluxx, Batman Fluxx, and this is the big new rule change in this one, is that if anyone has a creeper, aka a supervillain in front of them, no one can win the game, which does make thematic sense. It's obviously if Catwoman's still running around the town stealing stuff, then no one can probably win the game. So let's just go through a couple Mox hands so you can see exactly what I'm talking about right here. So we start off the game, we got 3 cards in our hand, and we are going to draw a card, and then we are going to play a card. So I got a Batmobile. That sounds like a good card to start with. Yeah, I got some surprises. I don't feel like playing those right now. So yeah, boom. We got a keeper in front of us. That would be our turn. Nice and simple, huh? And you're saying, oh, this game's not too bad. Well, let's go ahead and see what this guy's got. So he has 3 cards in his hand. And yeah, he's got this one. So he wants to change the rules. Now, he has right here a draw 5 card, which will drastically change how you do things. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to screw with stuff. I'm going to speed up this game a little bit. He is going to play the draw 5, which means that goes right here. So now, instead of drawing 1 and playing 1, you are now going to draw 5 and play 1. So you immediately would draw the extra 4 cards, and then your turn would be over. Nope, that was 4. That was 5. So there we go. So now we'd go back to this guy. He has his keeper still in front of him. He's going to draw 5 cards, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he picked up a couple goals. So let's see. What is this one? You're going to need the bat signal plus 5 or more villains on the table. Wow, so you need 5 creepers out. That one's going to be a little bit difficult. This one needs Wayne Manor and Bruce Manor. or Bruce Wayne and the Wayne Manor. This one needs the utility bill. But more intriguingly, he picked up a Play 2, which is going to allow you to play 2 cards per turn. So he might play that right there, which means he's also immediately going to play another card. So we went from drawing 1 and playing 1 to drawing 5 and now playing 2, which, as you can see, is just how crazy and zany the game can simply get. So you might have other cards. So this one's going to get rid of new rules that are in play. Lots of various different things. Now, some of these cards that you can also play, as I mentioned, are going to be goals, which will go up there, right there. And these are, once again, also going to be in flux, because you might not like that goal. You might be like, ooh, somebody's kind of close to completing that goal. So on your turn, you might be, you know what, I'm going to play this goal out here. And the next person might play that goal out there. So the rules and the goals are going to be constantly be in flux, and eventually someone is going to be able to complete a goal. Now, if they can complete a goal, and there are no creepers on the table, barring something needing a creeper to complete the goal, that person will be the winner of the game. And that, in a crazy, well, in Fluxx nutshell, is how Batman Fluxx is played. Oh, great dokery. Batman Fluxx from Looney Labs. What about finals? Let's go to the pros, let's go for the cons. First, on the con side, the game's not going to be for everybody. The game's not going to be for a lot of people. It is still Fluxx. And if you don't like Fluxx, there's not enough that changes in this to really sway you, I don't think. There is the minor change with how the creeper system works, and I like that a lot, and I'll talk about that in the pros, but that's really not enough for me to say, oh, but you need to try it now because it's way better, because it still is Fluxx, it's still chaotic, the rules are crazy sometimes, and that's just not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Also, if you don't like Batman, well, then you probably want to go get a different version of Fluxx. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's really what I got here. I mean, you should know whether you like Fluxx or not. Or the middle part should have shown you if this looks like it might be for you. Moving on to the pros, I do like Fluxx. I have always enjoyed Fluxx. I have a soft spot in my heart for Fluxx because Fluxx was one of the first games I ever played. Zombie Fluxx was, in fact, one of the first games I ever played, and I really enjoyed it. And I still enjoy when I get review copies of Fluxx, and I bust them out and I have fun. I say, man, this Fluxx is fun. That being said, what do I like about this game in particular? Obviously, I'm a big fan of Batman, so that really scratches my itch, and I would probably list this as my second favorite version of Fluxx, behind maybe Holiday Fluxx, just because I enjoy that theme an awful lot. But I really like how the creeper systems work there. I mentioned in the middle part of the video a little bit, but with the creeper system now, if there is a creeper, aka supervillain, out on the table, no one can win, which is really thematic. Because honestly, why would Batman win if the Joker's still going around Gotham City rampaging things? Now, granted, that sounds like it's a big deal. It's not really that big of a deal because a lot of the win conditions have supervillains in them, like you might need one to rob a bank or something like that. But it's still cool. It's still thematic, and I like that nice little touch there. So overall, Batman Fluxx, I enjoy the artwork, I enjoy the theme, I like how they did do a little twist with how the creepers work, and I will probably say it's one of my favorite Fluxxes that is out there. So if you like Batman, if you like Fluxx, this is definitely one worth checking out. If you don't like Batman, if you don't like Fluxx, well then this should be a no-brainer. It's probably not for you. But if it is for you, be sure to check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below, and in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite superhero. And by the way, Batman is not a superhero because he does not have superpowers, and in order to be a superhero, you need to have, well, superpowers. He's a great hero, though. But my favorite superhero of all time? Ooh, it's such a tricky one. I gotta go with Wolverine. I love Spider-Man. I love Green Lantern, but I don't know, is Green Lantern? Yeah, he's kind of a superhero. He's got a ring. I don't know, but I like Wolverine. He's just awesome. He can heal great. He's really cool. He's got the adamantium claws. He's got the one-liners. But what's your favorite superhero? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was the review for Batman Fluxx. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner.